the Biden administration is failing so bad that not even Democrats want him as their nominee. Biden is in total and complete denial, but our next guest certainly is not. She regularly talks with everyday Americans to get their take on current events, and she's not hearing great things on the street. Joining me now, independent journalist Savanah Hernandez, a favorite of the program. Savanah, where are you today?
Betty, I am currently in New York City. I just got back from Piedras Negras at the border, where I was talking to immigrants about exactly which state they were headed to. A lot of them said New York, so I came to come check the area out and also just to see what everyday life in New York is like. By the way, it's really gross here. I've never seen so much trash in the street, but that's where I'm currently at right now.
Many times at Newsmax, our show is, switched out of New York, and they may be listening to you right now and being like, oh, I wish I could get down to Florida. We're very happy to have a good Newsmax contingency also down here in Florida. But yes, New York is absolutely gross. What have you seen so far?
Benny, what haven't I seen so far? I've seen nudity. I've seen people drinking publicly. I've seen a couple of arrests. Actually, what I'm working on for this project is going up to local New Yorkers and asking them what the craziest thing that they've seen while living here has been. And so far, I've heard straight up extortion. This guy said that a homeless guy said, hey, you're going to buy me a cranberry juice because you don't want to see me get angry. And the guy said, okay. And so I'm just hearing all of these stories, and it's absolutely insane that this is just normal life for New Yorkers. On top of that, you have rats running all over the street. You have gigantic piles of trash, and everyone's like, well, yeah, this is just our everyday. Now, we're talking about Joe Biden during this segment, Benny, and of course, I'm in very blue New York. So I said, okay, this would be the perfect spot to ask people who would probably be Joe Biden supporters what they think of the president. And I've gotten the same exact responses. This president is doing so horribly that even the bluest state that I can think of, New York City, all of the constituents here are like, yeah, no go. We don't like him. We're ashamed that we even voted for him.
Wow, you're hearing that inside of New York. You asked recently at a gas station about one of Joe Biden's tweets as it pertains to a strong economy. Let's go ahead and play that tape.
Joe Biden says that we're in a strong economy, that we're doing great. Do you believe that?
No, we're not financially stable, comfortable, or nothing like that. But when Trump was in office, I was feeling really good.
Really?
Yes, Trump.
So Joe Biden too much? You would rather have Trump back?
I want Trump back. I'm not for Biden.
So you were in Texas when you were asking those questions, and now you're in New York. It does seem like Joe Biden has brought the country together in hatred of Joe Biden. Agree?
Yeah, exactly. Joe Biden has done a great job of destroying our country in record time and uniting us over one common concern, and that is the fact that our president currently has dementia. Now, Benny, I went up to a guy who was literally smoking weed on the streets of New York, and I was like, hey, what do you think about Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son, and all of these pictures of him smoking crack? And even this guy who's openly smoking weed in the streets is like, that is insane. That's crazy. Joe Biden is senile. And again, we actually do miss Trump because he helped, and as they would say, secure the bag. So a very different vibe from what we were seeing during Trump's presidency, where everybody was hoping and praying for a Democratic president. Now it's the exact opposite. People are like, just get Joe Biden out. We don't care who it is. Just get Joe Biden out. He's horrible.
Savanah will go anywhere. Her clips from the border, you've got to check them out. Maybe you come back when we're doing our border special and play some of those, Savanah. You will go anywhere. It's incredible to see her work. You've been around the world, too. You were at Davos, for instance. Have you ever been to a place in America or outside of America where Joe Biden is liked? Last question.
Absolutely not, Benny. Again, I really have gone and tried to find the Biden supporters who really love him. And even those who did vote for him, because I will find them sometimes will say, well, I can't say that America's in a great spot. So even those who are pro-Joe Biden, still not happy with where our country is at and not looking to vote for him again.
So, man, not even the rats in New York City, which, by the way, are the size of like cats. You could put a saddle on them and ride them. Don't do that, though, Savanah. Please, don't do that. We don't know if you're up to date on your rabies shots, so please do not ride the rats in New York City. Stay safe out there, Savanah.
Thank you, Benny. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. I want to tell you about the Patriot Gold Group. But first, let me tell you that the S&P has already lost $8.2 trillion in 2022. Did you know that? Peak inflation is not even hit despite the Fed rate hikes on groceries, on gas. You know it as well as I do. Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are warning of another 20% drop. Inflation is winning in a knockout right now. The Fed is going to raise rates again at the end of July. Meanwhile, Goldman, Wells Fargo, and Bloomberg are all forecasting gold to surpass all-time highs. If you want to invest in gold, call 888-936-2373 now. Call the Patriot Gold Group today and ask about their no fee for life IRA. Sounds like a good deal, don't it? Here's the number, 888-936-2373. 888-936-2373 for the Patriot Gold Group.